I think that what we're going to do is at the next half-year presentation, I'll give a percentage of drop in revenue, because today we don't affect it precisely until this period is finished. We just see a decrease in bookings, but it's a portion that I wouldn't like to state now which part of the decrease of revenue is due to this factor and which is due to the overall RASK pressure, so the pressure on the average revenue on yield also, because it's in bed 6 months. So, and we just did the cutoff just in the middle of this period, yeah, because it's just between the first and the second elections, but we see definitely a huge drop. You have income and revenues which are paid by customers out in other countries. Yes, the country that I quoted is Angola. The other country which we have a problem is Burundi. And then you have a list of countries which from time to time makes difficulties. Now, how does it work? Once you have the local currency on the local bank account, normally if you have a freedom of moving your capital, you should be able to convert it into dollars or convert it into Kenya shilling, doesn't matter, and then bring you back freely to your country of origin or to the whatever bank account you want. Now, the issue that we are facing is that those countries doesn't have enough supply of foreign currency, particularly US dollars. So the banks are just not allowing you to do the currency swap. And so you stay blocked with funds, which not only you cannot use because you cannot pay locally because you don't have enough costs simply, but also you are the victim of inflation and depreciations. It's something that is very much annoying us. And what is even annoying us more, that those countries are not giving us a path how they want to address it. So because simply the pressure is not enough, I don't know. So this is a challenge that we are facing, and we will probably, or not probably, but certainly take more and more measures, including stop flying to these places, because as I said during my presentation, if you impact the cost of this money lost, even just the inflation cost, a route that is in theory profitable turns to be heavily in red if you don't repatriate this money. I know that there have been lots of emotions and comments about the hedging of Kenya Airways in the past. Hedging is a natural risk control instrument, and as the CEO, and I discussed it with Helen already many times, we as KQ are gonna hedge in the future. We're gonna do it through a different methodology. We're just creating a fuel committee which will make monthly reports. We will have a more, I would say, more people and more transparent maybe way of putting our hedging, but a normal airline that does international operations like we are needs to have a hedging policy, because remember, we are not hedging only in Kenya, but we must hedge on other stations, particularly if we fly to the US. This is the market when the hedging is completely part even of your discussion with the fuel suppliers. How do you hedge your policy? So hedging is a risk instrument. You can have and I'm very favorable to have a very plain vanilla hedging policy, very risk-free policy, very cautious policy. But in hedging, once that brings you revenue, once you can lose. This is the principle of the hedging.